I saw you at the end of that night. I was looking for some trouble, you were looking.
Wrote that with Slander and JT Roach. He wrote the vocal for that and had sent that to Slander originally, and they had sent it over to me just to see if I wanted to work on it. And I immediately fell in love with that voice. It's so pretty, so good. And so, yeah, I told him I was down to work on it with him, so we kind of started it from there, and it came together really quick. I think we had it mostly finished up in like a week or two. Knocked it out pretty fast.
Every time you said a word, I was staring at your lips.
I'd probably have to say releasing the album last year. That was probably, I think since then I noticed things started kind of taking off and moving in a different direction than I would have ever expected. You know, everything up until then was just kind of like chilling. I was like playing bigger shows here and there, but then as soon as I released the album, it seemed like things started picking up at a much quicker pace. And it just felt good to have an album out. You know, I never really thought as a kid making music that I would ever actually have an album to release, so like being able to put that out was really cool. I think work ethic is the number one like killer of like a career. I'd say maybe not number one, but probably my number one. That's one thing that I've always had to struggle with, because once producing music and writing music becomes your job, it feels so much different than, you know, if you're just like a kid who has a full-time job and you live in your parents' bed or like basement, you know, and then you come home and write music whenever you can, and then you go to work the next day from 9 to 5. Like that. There's something different about that than when it becomes your job. Then it becomes something you have to do and you have to focus on, and you have to make sure that you're maintaining a certain level of like both quality and quantity, you know, because people get bored really easily. You know, they want more music really, really fast. So I'd say, yeah, just maintaining a good work ethic and making sure you're getting everything done that you need to be getting done. If you want to be really successful, you have to work really, really hard to do that. You know what I mean? And so at the end of the day, it's kind of, if you're not where you want to be, it's really easy to blame a lot of like external factors. But if you look at how hard you're working, generally that's going to correspond with where you're at in life. You know, if you're not working too hard, you're probably not going to be too successful, you know? That's such a hard question for me because it's always been music for me, even since like elementary school or middle. Like I remember second grade, I think, is when I was in piano lessons. And from there, I think I liked playing piano, and then middle school I started listening to like electronic music and stuff. A buddy of mine would share like techno CDs with me and stuff, and I was like, wait, this is exactly what I like. This is cool. People are making entire songs by themselves on a computer. Like that's crazy to me. I don't know if there's anything else I'd want to do other than music. I used to play soccer quite a bit. I know like when I was getting into high school, I had to decide whether or not I wanted to play soccer or do like marching band at the time. I went with marching band, and I think it was a good choice. My biggest goal has always been to be able to support myself 100% with music and like with what I love, and not need any other job to like support my life in a sense. And I was able to quit my full-time job like a year and a half ago now, I think. And that's when, yeah, and that's when I was like, that was the success for me. I have to like remind myself that every day, every time I'm thinking like, am I where I want to be? Like I'll always want to get further and further in my career, but that was the day that defined to me that I've like, I can die happy essentially at this point. Bunch of stuff. Playing sets with Davin is so much fun because we can take all of our music and like mash it up together in like really weird, fun ways. So the sets are definitely like heavier than the sets I would ever play on my own, which is fun for me because I like playing heavy stuff out, but I just don't do it with my own stuff because it's not what I make, you know? It's not gonna be a totally chill set, but I don't think it's just gonna be a dubstep set like everybody else. The next stepping stone that I'm starting to focus on now is another album, actually. So that, nothing's planned yet. We don't know exactly when or how it's gonna come out, but my goal is to have one finished by the end of the year and then put something out early next year-ish. But other than that, a bunch of shows.
Do you have anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to promote?
Go listen to Potions. So that's pretty much it, yeah. Hey guys, I'm Sed the Sky. I'm here with YourEDM. I'm here at the Thompson House with Uncut Republic. and gonna play a really fun show tonight. Sweet. Thanks, guys.